mutant. Persona.
Okay, is this everybody? Do we have?
Oh God, she's here.
I don't know who the fuck you invited, so.
Where's is Kuzin?
Who's here?
Oh, Kuzin said he would
Kuzin?
be late.
Kusin's coming?
Be
What did Asha do?
Yo.
Why is Christian DM on call?
Yeah, I think we're cooked, bro.
Yeah, yo.
I just got the
Dog.
haunting J Savvy finish because of age. Don't kill Kuzin. Please.
I'm not okay with
Hold
this,
on.
dude.
Hold on.
We're all getting.
Actually, we're tying all of the cast.
Except for you. You already got yours.
Tiring all the cast. Okay. Everyone here's gotta make new characters.
Any game plans at all? No, not really.
I have a
would've
question.
Instructed that me and you needed to talk, and I'm inviting all these people. Only the people in front of you would know about. And Kuzin.
And Asha, yeah.
Who's not here? Because he's
They only like
Oh, I know the fuck shit you've been doing, bro. I now know why Asha's coming here because of the fuck shit you've been doing with him.
So they can only
I have a
be
question.
here
I know I've
until.
been eating people, but or like.
I have an important
people,
question.
but that's about it.
Yes, what's your question?
My progress support.
What do we know? Like, what
I didn't
did
see
you
your
text us? Why?
I have
How did we
texted
end up
all
here?
of you individually. I
read it
see
later.
to come talk with us, and it wasn't a forced thing. It was an invitation that all of you clearly accepted.
Okay.
I'm not forcing you to
Take
be
one of my
here.
legs next time. I want my left leg gone, and then I can.
So each of you don't know
Can I eat it?
that you're showing up.
Each of you don't know that you're getting paid from you.
What do you guys like?
Yo, what?
Oh, this
Why are you here? Get out of here!
Okay. So I would say that you kind of arrive together a little bit, confused and surprised to see each of the people around you. But you arrive semi at the same time. You were given an exact time, and as you make your way for this barricade into this familiar alleyway to some of you, you would see Wrench and Chase. Your cards are up.
Well, let's not stand around in the rain. Let's get inside.
Wait, how did we end up?
Okay.
Hello, Ellie. Good to see you all.
What in the...
I just...
Yeah, that's a little weird. Oh, that's interesting.
That's wonderful.
Oh.
What the fuck is this skill check door, man? Crazy.
I don't like the color of this room.
Well, the color of this room doesn't like
I
you.
don't like who's sitting in the room.
Come on, Whispers. Let's go take a seat, shall we?
Where are we sitting?
Take your pick.
I would prefer you to all take a seat around here for now, and I'll be with you briefly. Wrench, you can come with me.
Wow, there's just enough seats for all of us. Whoa, dude.
Is
There
it?
is actually
That's
just enough.
crazy.
Yes.
Are we?
I missed it on this side.
I think I'm gonna sneeze again.
I feel like
I got like a bunch of.
Yes.
I don't think you should throw up in here because the carpet looks
No.
expensive.
It is expensive. Sort of.
Help me!
It's just automatically on. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Wrench did this weird thing where like it detects when it's out of its holster, so it gets ready.
So I know why we are here. Some of us, at least. What the fuck did the rest of you do?
Oh,
I don't know.
I have an inkling, an idea that cannot be discussed.
Well, it's going to be discussed.
I don't think you're gonna
so-
get a choice.
I was about
It
to
doesn't
say, I
matter.
don't think we're getting a shot here. I'll just air out my stuff first. I hacked some leadership comms. In my defense, didn't know they were that till I was in, and I was too late anyways.
I actually really just assume we're here because of what happened yesterday.
Ow!
That's what I was assuming.
That's why I'm here.
I mean, I was told I'm gonna get punished for something, but I assume this is it.
We'll see.
Damn it! I almost got everyone to be like, "Yeah, I did this and this." Be like honest about it. Would have been really funny if someone else said something really fucked. Like, I don't know. What's like the worst thing that you could say?
Working with the enemy.
Yeah,
Nah, that's crazy.
Engage and spy.
Ooh, that one's bad. This is the moment where one of us takes off their mask. It reveal that they've been a Dark Zone monster this entire time.
I'm actually a robot.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Well, to be quite frank, Callahan, if it wasn't meant to be discussed, it's going to be discussed, and you probably had your chance because,
I
at least from
wasn't
my
kidding
end,
when
it
I
was
said
a-
working with the enemy.
What the hell?
You know we talked about this.
Okay, I thought I'm covering for you. Then I don't, man.
I thought we were being honest.
Yeah, but like not that honest. I guess I don't know.
What the fuck do you mean not that honest? It's gonna get talked about.
it's an invitation, so you're here means you're discussing it.
Yeah, okay.
And you
but
chose
like-
to come.
I only have like.
Okay, but
You
like,
could've left.
what is the alternative? Oh, okay, they didn't show up. Well, I guess it's black bag them. What what would you prefer? Walk here yourself or get walked?
Not wrong, to be honest. Admittedly.
Yeah.
At least
Eventually
this
they'll
one
get
you
to you,
have.
but this one might be more private if you're not here.
Private. Yes, it's more private and cordial. Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather not wake up with wrench or sword to my neck in the middle of the hollow. Thank you very much. It's gonna happen.
I've already had it go through my arms, so I wouldn't be surprised if my neck was next.
Oh, that's who cut it off. Okay. I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna ask, but I was kind of curious.
I'm curious on who you thought might else have done it.
Do you need a new one?
You're like never around the hollows,
Yeah.
so maybe
That's
you
just
learned
wrong.
something you shouldn't have.
Well, you do spend most of your time at your little
I know, yeah.
place.
But to be fair, you did see me
What are you,
before
fucking
his
Batman?
mission. Yes.
God,
Oh,
his vengeance.
looks like
To be
Batman
honest, you
got
got it out of
clothes
Corvus.
instead.
Yeah. Both
You
winged.
sound too happy to be Batman.
Why wouldn't you want to be?
Well, that ensues child trauma that most people don't want.
Well, we're in District 0, so that's kind of on the menu for everyone.
Isn't
Yeah.
that like part of the contract when you get born or some shit?
In D0,
You'd be surprised.
basically.
Dude, you just gotta do this thing that I did. Just get shot in the head and forget all your childhood.
Honestly,
suppose
that's
wrong.
honestly not even a bad option, if I'm being honest. You know, like
Yeah, that's what I'm
sometimes there's-
saying, man.
My childhood defines who I am.
Well, actually, not think about it.
So-
Technically,
God, you can
that
be
was what
bad.
happened.
What?
Except
I
it
am a
wasn't
knight.
for the
I was
better.
molded by the dark. Born in it. I didn't see it, but I don't know how to fucking make this.
you were merely adopted the darkness.
You gotta
I was
cover up
born in it.
Come up
Yeah,
your
you
face.
right. Hold on, I gotta. Oh, well, I only have.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
It's kind of hard.
I'm not gonna. It's a skill issue for you. You just can't do it.
Well, no, it's not a matter of skill. I'll figure one way out if it's a skill issue.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you do?
is it 2 pianos? Not saying there shouldn't be. I'm just like curious.
Probably two different types,
Why not?
different sounds.
That or a duet. It's possible to have
Duets,
one person
yes.
playing
They
one
do
side
that.
of it.
Usually,
That's possible.
pianist duet with a
Wow.
violinist. But
Well, yeah, it
two
doesn't mean
pianos
it's
could
impossible
work.
to do with another piano. Especially if you're
Oh,
doing a
yeah.
different tune.
Yeah.
Dude, rich people are wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit concerning as we're
You say
in
rich people,
a rich
but
spot. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is technically Whisperer owned.
Wow, yeah, okay, well, I mean,
I mean,
Well,
buildings
we-
are
we're supposed to
expensive, but
exist.
we've stolen buildings before. It's not
I'm
stopping
just
us
saying,
being
like,
researchers.
2 pianos is a really, like, 1 piano is like, you're like a bougie bitch. 2 pianos is like, you're showing off.
I don't know if I'd say bougie. I feel like the second one is what makes it bougie.
Yeah.
I don't know
Excessive.
anything.
expensive,
I
man.
don't know anything about music, so
Mm.
I don't know.
They're really expensive. Best way to put it.
That makes sense.
Grand pianos are not cheap.
Am I inside the chair?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I said yeah. What did you... Hello?
Because I was asking a different type of question, and I don't think you understood that question.
No, I think you've
You said, are you...
From
you
my
said, are you
perspective,
in the
you're
chair? And I
awkward.
said yes.
He's dumb. Don't listen to him.
I don't want to hear that from you. I pulled your ass out of a TV.
I saw that. And you, honestly, I don't know how you did it, but you, the olive thing that you pull out, dude, it's like a magic trick, like a
That
like with a
wasn't
bunny. You should do that. You should
intended.
get into that.
My,
Well, I
I
know,
was
but,
only
like-
intending to pull him out. The other thing just
What?
happened to come with it.
Imagine
It's-
if that just becomes your thing. Like you'd get a top hat and you pull out things.
I don't want that to become my thing.
Okay. We can workshop it.
That workshop got ISB at our door. I don't think I want to even try.
It's a crazy workshop, dude.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Python? Yeah, that makes sense. And you, Mr. I disappeared and came back.
How did
Okay,
you even
very-
do it?
Wibbly wobbly magic stuff.
Oh, you're like super opposed to that.
I am. Though in this case it's less magic but more magic tech.
Yeah, well, them difference.
Same thing. Yes. It was not my intention to have pulled a disappearing act.
Well, glad you're not stuck on a TV anymore.
Well, it was more like being put into stasis, so it could be deposited somewhere safe.
Yeah, but you weren't like you did get
It was
pulled off.
the TV.
So you
yes,
you
I
were
did get
in the
put on a
TV.
TV. I was in a TV. Yes.
So whatever brought you to wherever it was saving you.
Yes.
That's a first.
Wait,
That's
did you not tell them?
interesting.
I couldn't tell them until, it was late, I suppose.
He's told me something.
I mean, like after the fact, like it's been like of yours. I figured you were like talk to people or something about why there's a TV pet monster, all of these things.
There was a plan to, not immediately after the events, but in time. Would have to be explained.
Okay.
Well, it
I'll
better
leave it
be
to
after
you.
this.
Well, I don't know about the TV monster, but he told me most of the gist of what you guys have been doing.
It's more that I'm gone.
Well, maybe you should come around more,
I had the chance to.
I'm always a text away, you know. Especially if they need help with something, I can always help where I can. Good thing I work digitally, not physically.
Sometimes digital things aren't as good as physical.
Maybe not, but it's the most you're gonna have to do it. When you're unavailable, you're unavailable.
I know. I'm just giving you
They
shit.
went my brain again.
Who went in your brain again?
I got a lot of people.
Why?
People are going into your brain?
Yeah.
To figure out what's wrong.
It's not a good thing.
Well, they're trying to help though.
They're
Yeah,
trying
the
to
last
help,
time
but
we
it's
tried
still
to
We
not
got-
pushing too far.
We got 2 memories already back. Things.
Right.
Well,
The last time we tried to help, you got pissy about it.
well, that was because I wasn't consoled about it, and I didn't know that you guys were like taking things out.
In this case, it doesn't matter if they console you. If it is a medical emergency to keep your ass alive, you don't get a say unless you want to die. And from what it sounds like, you don't want to.
I'm best.
How are we all?
I think this was the most awkward round table we've had in like weeks.
What do you mean?
Really?
We were just vibing, man.
You not talking?
Yeah, we were talking.
Very close.
For the best, I suppose.
I think it'd be a lot more awkward if we didn't talk, honestly.
Yeah, it would have been way more awkward if we didn't talk.
Dude, we could have just sit here and just stared at each other. And said nothing. Fuck. Instead, we talked about pianos and shit.
Yeah, we did.
I think if you guys didn't talk, I was gonna throw up.
Don't do that.
Do any of you know the history of this place?
I do.
Well, you told me in that group about the history about it. That one
I got nothing.
weekend. Or whatever day it was.
It would be
idea.
those day.
I hope the same message isn't going to be delivered.
But it depends on your response.
It does.
I'm sure it is.
Whispers, I have to be
I guess I'm
transparent.
the only one that doesn't know? Question mark?
Those
You know who
people
King
were
is?
imagining.
Old champion of the Whisperers.
Yeah, it was before my time.
To put it simply, there was some meeting held here, and the one that we labeled as our champion was decapitated here.
I assume for a reason?
Well, like Queen said, based on your response,
There's more history. There's
of course, the TLDR.
betrayal, new beginnings, deaths. I died in this room. Technically. I crowned Tokuo Dar as a council member in this room. I watched a beloved whisperer amongst many die in a second in this room for miscommunication, misleading information, and fear. And when that runs rampant, when we don't have organization, it causes mistrust. A game of telephone in our family is a notorious one. And each of you at this table have something to share. Be it if it's small or large. Gonna take the opportunity to just air things out. So we can piece together a puzzle that seems to be ever growing. So myself and Wrench and the council can assess what we have and know more carefully what we're dealing with. Because it's affecting our home, our family. It's making us make decisions that are risking one another and ourselves. Callahan, Is there anything you would like to tell me at this table? Anything at all?
Well, you already know the other thing that I'm not supposed to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
I have familial relations to one that you and your gang know as Vito. I've also, for the past few weeks, been working alongside Oz.
These two things, the way they interlink. Does anyone see problems with that at this table?
I suppose it depends on the context.
Well,
Why
it
you're working with
can't
us.
be that one because the real one is dead.
Yeah, wasn't he some kind of tech whiz?
Yeah, but we also buried his body.
Yeah.
I've been working with him to try and find answers as to what's going on in Tim's head. That's it.
And he's just doing that for free? Out of the kindness
Done
of
a few
his...
things for him, mostly just conversations, but that's it.
And yet you're still benefiting off that fact, too.
Callahan, I decide today at this table if you die or not, so I would be forthright. You're risking my family.
Yeah.
Speak up!
He hasn't asked me to tamper with anything or do with anything on the inside, only to have conversations like the one I had with you and another he wants me to have with you. And in
About what?
exchange,
About what?
that he's in my head, and that the 30 whispers that died because of him wasn't his fault. According to him, he was trying to help. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter to him. He just wants you to know his side of the story. I'm just the person that tells you because he doesn't want to tell you himself. And in exchange for these conversations, I get things like hands, a spine, and our names out of the news.
Is there a reason you didn't think the Council of Nine, or the family that surrounds you at this table, couldn't do that for you? I opened up my home to you, Callahan. Even after what you told me. Your history. And yet I find you talking and tampering with tigers. And you expect me to just let that happen? What would you do?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It only started happening after going into Tim's head and picking up something I shouldn't have picked up.
Right, so let's talk about that next. What is going on with him? What's the information that you have found in these deep dives? I want something substantial given to me, or he dies next. Because if he's a risk, he's going to. So somebody give me a reason.
So, I can at least spit on the first part. or the first initial dive. Initially, when I don't even remember what happened to get you in the comatose state.
I fell
but
on the stairs.
he fell down the stairs, and I believe he hit his head, which put him in pretty much a coma. So, me, a couple of techies, and a bunch of others that wished to assist went into a deep dive to pretty much search the subconscious to make sure there was nothing internal happening outside of medical reasons. Turns out he was reliving memories, also dreaming of certain events that he wished were more successful than others. And towards the end of it, we found the Mask of Oz laying on a table, which also had encrypted files on them. From what they said, they put it on the mask, and then we left. Afterwards, Python uploaded these files of what happened, so just in case if it happened again, we would at least have some idea of potentially how to fix it again. Hoping that it wouldn't, but after that, if it seems there's been more deep dives, I can't speak on those.
You went on one recently. You used our warehouse. How did that go?
There were multiple complications. We initially started the dive at the location that Corvus mentioned, with the T-set and the rest of the works. After Current had tried to interface with the tree, or at least the fragments of the tree, an elevator lowered down from the sky of the space we were in. And from what she had said next, that we were more or less transferred into the open net. After wandering around for a bit, we found a connection, a sort of memory of some sort of warehouse lined with filing cabinets, and at the center of it there was a creature, or possibly a virus, something along those lines. Acted almost like a black hole.
Excuse me.
Can we preface that is not in my brain, actually? They went somewhere on the net to find a way around some security barrier. So I'm not, like, don't have all of the spooky shit that happened in there. That wasn't in my brain.
We are unsure of if that was directly connected into his brain or not. We just knew that we were connected outside of the deep net.
Rabbit Chair.
I have an inkling as to what it is. Sylvie decided to do a deep dive back to the last location by herself. She had a conversation with Oz, pursued forward, touched it, and now it's stuck in her fucking head and it's killing her. Until Oz can find a fix for it. I have a temporary fix if it acts up.
And that is?
But it's not. It's a wire of code. You can look through it. But it's not in her cybernetics. It's in her brain.
You have that on you now?
On my phone.
Of course. I want you to look over that now, please.
Right.
Why do you have Oz in your head?
Me?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, why are there masks
Because
of him?
I used to be in a gang with him. It's probably just a memory of it.
Okay, memories don't. Do they inflict people in the? I don't know if that. I don't know
Again,
how
they weren't in my brain. They went somewhere in the fucking deep web and got,
One moment.
got a fucking virus or
I
whatever.
might be able to pitch in a little bit on this as well. You remember the case that I told you with myself, right? Wrench also knows about this. Where Oz was able to get into my head. I was able to see Oz as if he were there in front of me, but not any other one else would see it. It's not impossible to think that something happened in the past that Oz did the same, and unknowing didn't. With what his works is, it's, if anything, I'd say more on the table than off. But past that, I can't really.
I have some ideas or theories from the conversations Oz and I have had. I have reason to believe that that environment with the teacup set was created by Oz as a safe space in Tin's brain, so he didn't have to remember the things that happened before he became a Whisper. And Oz doesn't want us removing that, which is why people keep getting hurt every time we go in there.
We're talking about a dead guy. How? The conversation that me and you had not too long ago. Are we allowed to divulge that about Millie, about you, about?
If I may, real quick.
Yes.
The code is basically a blocker. In the interface, it's essentially a very sophisticated program that, when input, if there was something acting up, so for in this case, if Sylphie's deep dive equipment were to begin to fry her brain, for one reason or another, this would basically block the intermission to get it to stop, and then neutralize to where it was back to unharmed. It's pretty much the TLDR of this.
Okay, you can give them back their phone.
If Oz is fucking with our people and keeping his own secrets, then I would say it's fair game for that to be exposed.
When we killed Strange, there was more to this than I think I can even put into words. There was a plan with Millie. I was meant to take over as Strange, and Millie was meant to take over the Whisperers, but as time went on, that changed. Millie got pushed out of the Hollow because we needed her to, and she took up the mantle of needing to become Strange. She worked very closely with him, as I'm sure some of you now can understand and see why. District Zero always needs a boogeyman. But what Strange created, what he was trying to create, the items that he found, it even connects to the Havana when that whole situation happened. These crystals, right? Am I right? Artifacts. Things that Kaijin are using to I don't really know the ins and outs, but they're using them for magics and shit. Like Queen's sword.
Similar. The artifact in question is one that generates power. He got a shard from a larger one and used it to power his machine. this machine, I'm assuming, is a perfected model. It turns someone into data. They become, well, a machine, everlasting, never aging, able to travel the web and other electronic interfaces. Oz was a prototype. So, when he was slain by Strange, he didn't truly die, he just lost a physical form. Who knows? He might have another one. But because he is essentially a prototype version of sentient data, that makes him quite potent when it comes to electronic devices and technology.
Our theory is that when Millie did what she did at the end, she uploaded herself or put herself in that machine. We think that Oz may have been able to do that as well, somehow. He was also after the artifacts, I think. Yes?
Sorry if I'm speaking up, but that just isn't possible. When would he have been able to do that? When, with the tigers?
We're making
The people-
assumptions due to lack of information.
Well, I'm telling he was never connected with Strange or any of that. Tigers, maybe, yeah, but
I mean, Queen has first-hand experience.
well,
So,
Yeah.
okay.
Strange was on the phone call when Oz called me.
What?
Used his connections with Strange as bribing material. They at least knew each other enough where they could have a conversation of such.
That can't be.
Tin Man, the man that you think that you know is not who you think he is, okay? Let's just put that on the table. All we have is theories and having to figure out which one of you is a threat. Because I have to prioritize my family right now. And the war. Is it possible for a thing or an entity or whatever the fuck this thing is to jump to another person? Is that something that can happen?
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
The orb or Oz? What we're calling it. We're calling that thing the orb, the thing in Sylvie, if that's what you're referring to.
I'm talking about you, Oz, yeah.
The orb is with Sylvie. Oz, I talk to once, maybe every other week. He just kind of appears, and we talk. As far as I'm aware, he's not connected to anybody else like he connected to me.
If I may then, when you say connected to you, what do you mean? Because I also was able to see him and converse with him myself at one point until I removed him.
Sorry, what was that?
I was also able to converse with him at one point until I removed him from my head.
I don't know why I find that
What
so
do you
funny.
mean? Your connection is different.
I don't know what yours was like. He contacted me before I could see him. And as soon as I got the neuroport installed with the new hands is when I started seeing him. I don't know if it's the same type of thing he did with you.
I don't know exactly what he did with me, but I mean, cut and dry, I saw him literally appear in front of me.
No,
And I saw a
that's
physical
what he
form.
does with me.
So
Well,
it's
not
probably the
physical,
same
but
thing, just in terms
hologram.
of difference. It's when you got yours, it was almost like an upload at the same time.
I imagine even if the cybernetics that I currently have were to be removed, though, he would still find a way to contact me, because even with my old pair of hands and my phone, he still found me and contacted me.
There's a difference between contacting you and getting in your head.
He's in it now. And frankly, I think it's a good
That
way to
much is
find
apparent.
information from him.
Finding information from him is not something that comes freely. There's a
I know
price
it's
for
not.
everything.
And it might not even be trustworthy.
I know he's not. He blatantly told me I can't trust everything he says.
The only
don't
thing
trust
I would
everything he says.
The only thing I would counter-argument your thing of information is I would say that would backfire more than anything. As I had him in my head for a little bit as well, I can't remember whose death it was, but he appeared then, while we were burning the body. Which means he can see what you see, and depending on what you see, there could be some very critical things that he just learns just from being there.
Okay.
And
let's
you're just
pause.
learning things from mouth.
So this now exists. We've got this problem. Be it if it's actually him, not him, something that we just need to continue these deep dives for. Whatever our next course of action is we need to remove that. And quickly. I don't care what deals you think that you're making. I don't care how beneficial you think it is. I'm the one that makes those decisions. Wrench and the council, not you. And you definitely don't make those on behalf of me. So
I've never used your name on behalf of you with him.
Sylvie situation. Touched something she shouldn't have. Did something she shouldn't have. Now she's corrupted. Also got Oz. Not Oz.
No.
Is this corruption infectious?
Not as far as I'm aware. I already asked if I could take it from her, so I could deal with it directly with Oz, but I can't.
I would like you to do some
stuck in
research on
her.
that. Make sure it's not infectious. If it's something that's self-inflicted and she's the only one who's suffering from it, we can treat it as a lesson. If it's infectious, then she's a liability.
I can say that if it was infectious in some sort of way, the people that were looking over her would have been infected. And I think the only other person that was looking over her that has cybernetics possibly is Mag, and he seems fine as far as I know.
My understanding with software, with viruses, they tend to hide until it's time to strike, when they've infected most of the files, same as a biological virus. This is not a suggestion, it is an order. Find out more information about this corruption, and make sure no stone is left unturned.
That's if you get to leave this room. We have an unsanctioned deep dive now, and somebody that also met with this quote-unquote Oz. So it's a possibility that they also might have somebody talking to them in their head now? Is that in the realm of possibility? Okay.
I've gotten other reports of other whisperers getting into contact with Oz, both current and former.
What's going on here? What's so enticing? What don't I understand? Can anybody answer? What have we not given you?
Ow.
You eat our food, drink our water. You live under our roof. And you think the decisions you make are only ones that'll affect you. You that fucking blind.
I understand we're not all to blame at this table. But it's important that each of you understand that you have a very important role at the Hollow now, even though you don't see it currently. A lot of you here are going to move on to probably influence the Whisperers. People will follow you, will look up to you. You are entrenched in some of the most I don't even know how to word it. This conduit, individual and black stem, which is connected to this Sylvie individual. What have we now found out about that? What's the next steps there? Is there any progress? What happened yesterday? And why is it all fucking linked?
Where we are currently with the investigation, he has given us a directive that we are going to follow at a later date that he decides when, to assassinate a
I know about that.
engineer.
Yep.
That is the farthest that we are at currently, but in terms of what had happened yesterday, it is interconnected with what happened on the mission.
Well, put your shit on the table. Whatever this thing is, whatever. Is that what you touched?
Yeah.
During the
Is it just-
mission,
Just two of them?
Tin Man.
Hmm?
Where's the ring?
Didn't bring it. What? After ISBU shows up, I don't want them to take that away.
Okay. Just need to know there's
Stash it.
another. It's fine. What are these things?
these are Magitech items that were given to us by Conduit himself after we were taken away from the Black Stem facility that went under, crumpled in on itself. Apparently,
This is
if
when
we are-
he went AWOL. You two followed, correct?
Correct.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
If we are to take what he said at face value, he was in some areas cryptic, some areas direct. He says that these are pieces of himself.
I guess that explains why the ring was pulling Tin Man.
What were you thinking?
I wanted my brother back.
At what cost, Corvus?
My life, if it was needed.
Sadly, that's not the only price. It's not just your life, it's everyone else's. I heard reports. I know that ISB's spear was over the hollow, and that a certain individual was deployed to deal with it.
He was.
Do not get smart with me, Corvus.
I'm answering your question, Queen. I'm only confirming what you said.
It was not a question, it was a statement.
Apologies.
Are you aware that your actions doesn't just cost your own life, but others?
Yes, or I would still have my arm.
So you know then, you are aware, but you made a decision anyway.
Well, no. I was not entirely sure of the risks when it happened and I made the decision. After I decided to do what I did, I gave my arm up. It was not giving my arm up and then doing it.
Muerte. I have a lot of faith and a lot of trust in you. You are the safety of my home. How would you handle these current situations? If me and Wrench were not available. No council member, just you. You've learned about this figment of Oz, possibly jumping from person to person, misuse of items.
My most honest answer is I don't know. There's so many things to take into consideration. They're all without any leadership consent. All actions taken because someone wanted to. At the very least, punishments do have to be dealt out.
Callahan, if you have to go, I would like you to go wait in my car.
Right.
Callahan. I would endeavor you to truly what I've said.
Look, I don't want to be that asshole that sits here like I'm bigger and better and I have to stand upon you and play this big fucking dickhead that says the same fucking shit repeated again and again until it's sunk in. But do we get it? Do we like understand how much shit is happening and how much it's building up?
Yes, sir.
And how
Yeah.
dangerous this is and how oddly interlinked it all feels. It feels like I'm talking to you about a problem that's jumping from one thing to the next. And it goes around the table. But now there's more pieces presented. What did you do? And how did it work? And why is he here?
So, in terms of where and why, I'm not entirely sure. But when they came back and I was told my brother disappeared in front of people, I had a feeling in my chest. Not a good one. But then, when they mentioned it was similar to what happened last time, when he also appeared in our main room, I had an assumption it might be connected until I saw their little lens glowing in their pouch. No, I didn't know they had these items before that. I only learned of it by the time I saw it glowing. And then I'm assuming there was some level of concern on what it might do because of the glow. So they asked for it to be taken out of the med bay, just in case. So they were pretty much, it got thrown to me. Not from them directly, mind you. They just wanted it out of the med bay. It's unfortunate that South tossed it to me. I took it outside, and I wanted to confirm it wasn't a bomb. So I looked at it, and saw it was a lens. Now, I won't lie. Curiosity did get the better of me, as well as desperation. I've lost my brother once. Can't say I'm a fan of it. And seeing it happen again, especially this time, it wasn't under some name physically. This time it was something, I guess, ethereal? I'm not entirely a sure word to use there. So I looked into this foggy, enticing lens to see if there was anything I could get from it. Which I did start getting information in terms of I was able to physically see grids in the walls, electricity, currents, you name it. So I assumed that with that meant if there was something my heart desired, there was a way to find it. So my heart desired finding him again. And lo and behold, when Tin Man came out, his ring basically was pulling itself to mine. I held mine still, continuously looking and hoping to find him, and eventually I found him in a TV. What that means, I'm not even sure. But a TV then warped in front of us, and I saw his hand sticking out, so I pulled him through. Which then, afterwards, apparently, he wasn't the only thing in there, to which the thing that came after followed shortly.
Where did you go?
During the mission to recover Green Pit 2, I was dying. No ifs or buts. I was dying. When I fell to my knees, it was Conduit, I believe.
You saw this man? Or it
Yes.
thing? She?
Yes.
What are we identifying it?
I can't tell you.
Okay, what does this person look like? Do they talk?
Talk, tall, all black. A smile so wide that it could be called inhuman. Far too thin to be human proportions.
So we're dealing with a fucking alien?
I cannot tell you what he is entirely. I only have guesses, which I have told lunch. But to continue on what you were asking, he laid me down gently, and as my eyes closed, I knew I would have been saved. That I would wake up somewhere else.
So they saved you, not saved you? They just put you somewhere? What are you saying?
I think I was put into stasis. At least until I could be pulled out. Or
Okay.
retrieved, I suppose.
These items that each of you have. Give me one good reason from each of you why you currently need these. Otherwise, I'm just gonna take them from you and have them stored with Queen. Do these that feel necessary to what we're doing.
Without it, I believe we would not have gotten Green Pit 2 back.
What do you mean? By the sounds of it, all it did was give you a chance to live a little longer.
It wasn't just that. When I flipped the coin, I had a feeling that I was being asked for an outcome. And at that moment, deep down, I wished, honestly, to resolve the circumstances occurring in Green Pit 2. Without further casualties. When that happened, electricity sparked out. It took out all the lights. And before I passed out, I saw tigers' heads being popped in an instant.
Anyone else? You were on that? Is that true?
This is correct. It was almost like a surge, like it was pulling electricity from everything around it. Even some of our mass emissions were being sapped before it unleashed a current more deadly than anything I would have ever saw.
Did this hurt any of our whisperers in the process?
No. It only attacked the tigers.
Of course it did.
Let me ask you a question then. With these items in question, are they important enough to risk the lives of the Hollow for? Because you'll be using them out there in the field, not truly knowing what they're capable of. And you may have got lucky once. Who's to say anyone else may not suffer the consequences? Would you put your confidence in that?
Ace, yes or no?
Yes.
Right on.
If I am being perfectly honest, sir, I'm inexperienced in this, and
Answer the
dangers-
question.
I don't believe so.
Good.
It has already proven too dangerous.
Well, the answer is more complicated than. But for the sake of appeasing you, no. I'll be handing over the ring.
Can I interject for a second? You guys only got these things because of what you're doing with Conduit. The entire Blackstem thing, these disappearances, these random fields of electricity when it first started into that one zone that you all went to. Because if the final decision is to hand over these things, wouldn't the better question be, instead of these, is continuing down with doing whatever you are with Conduit something you guys should keep doing? Because it seems like these things that you guys have and that you are a part of in that group and have sanctioned okays with these missions with Conduit to go down, should that continue? Because without these, if you guys continue down those missions, it doesn't seem like you can continue down it without them.
There's an entire faction that we do not control. They've shown entirely willing to blow up zones and calling them sacrifices that are necessary.
If I may.
I don't think we have a choice anymore. More so, I was just curious of your answers. We just... I don't even know, summoned? Brought some fucking creature, monster to my home from a fucking lens. Or some magical, mystical fucking TV.
I don't understand Magitech all that much, but that might be some type of circumstance. From what it sounds like, he only used it in an instance. His item. He continuously used the item. He didn't just look through it and then put it down. He had it to his eye for minutes. Probably about 5 or 6.
Was there any kind of warnings or conditions for receiving said items? Who gave them to you and for what purpose?
When Conduit gave us these items, there wasn't a warning. He said it was a gift from himself. A part of him. That's when we need it most to protect ourselves and the things we care about, that it can be used.
So it's a gift from Conduit to you three. What do you mean
Ones
it's
that we could not give
intentional?
back. Yes.
The thing is with Magitech is that it's often something
A price.
given. Yes, there is a price to it, but have you ever seen anyone else besides me use my sword? Or anyone else besides Wrench use his?
Ace, technically.
Ace used what?
His sword.
His sword.
Yes, but it's his sword. You mean Wrench's sword or his own sword? Yes, Ace used his sword. There's a binding of sorts to the person who wields Magitech. So if it's gifted to you, it's intended for the person who was gifted. Which means Corvus here using someone else's Magitech probably caused some sort of breach of contract of some sort. This is an assumption. I have no idea if this is the case. I've not let anyone else touch my blade. I imagine it's the same thing with both Ace and Wrench.
I've seen someone use the sword that I use without it being binded to them. It's what happens to me, but worse.
So it's a very heavy detrimental effect.
I wouldn't even say it's detrimental. It's just death at that point.
Okay.
I know, buddy.
I will give the three of you a month. You have a month to figure out what these things are. You will pick a place of safety, a location for you to do your testing, wherever you need that to be. I will speak to the council. Hopefully with maybe Queen's help, we can facilitate a place, put some funds together to make a place where you can test. And you will tell me what these do. And whatever happens to you is the punishment for bringing these to my home. Your responsibility now. You'll figure out what they do. And if you can't in a month, then I'm handing them over. And we won't use them. And we stop this whole conduit trail. And we figure out another way.
I do not disagree.
A month. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Tin Man. Your responsibility moving forward when we leave this room, I need you specifically, and whoever else you need at your side to do it, to figure out if Oz is alive, not alive, and I need you to figure out how to get rid of it. Whatever it is. Be it if it's some fucking weird malware shit, some code, whatever it is, it's your responsibility and the people that you deem with you to get rid of that.
I may say so. Given that the language used to describe my actions in the past, and the fact that I still have an open punishment, I don't think I should be trusted with something like this. Wrench said
Trust
it best
is a-
himself. I'm a traitor, so I don't know how you can turn around and make me responsible for something that vital, that risky, when I'm
Then
not
this
trustworthy.
is an opportunity to prove yourself.
Exactly. And you will have my forgiveness if you provide something substantial to me.
How much time do I have?
How much time do you feel like you need?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Do you want to be generous?
Well, if you put a time limit on it, I don't know if I can do a month or something, then you might as well just...
I was speaking to
I
your
understand the
face.
situation is more delicate than a month. Six months? I don't know.
What if you
We'll
just
say
give him the
6
time
months.
for it, without the time limit, and he and whoever he chooses to help him come back with you with reports. And at a point, if those reports don't seem like they're doing anything, then that's your decision at the end.
Very well. We'll go with that.
Oh, bug! Dude, I'm crazy with it, bro.
We have not addressed Asher or the rabbit.
I will. Corvus, you're free to go. Ace, you're free to go. Tim and you are also free to go.
Tin,
Yes.
I would like you to send me an image of your Magitech item.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'll be turning it over to you.
I'm leaving the
Same
room
for you
early.
as well, Ace. I would need an image of your item, unless you wish to hand it over.
They have a month to figure out what these things are. Do not waste your month. And make sure Tin Man keeps his.
Yes, I will.
If the two of you would like to join us at the table, considering there's more seats if you wish to sit. You've been standing a while.
I'm fine.
Very well. The two of you. I heard reports that our favorite station, 1607, engaged you in some level of combat.
They did.
If you wouldn't mind explaining to the table this situation, please.
I'd recommend you start from the beginning so we can get the full grasp of the situation.
Sure. If I miss anything, Asha can add on. We were, or myself and Asha were dispatched to a zone. I forget the exact zone number. It has been a couple weeks since then. We were dispatched to it to gain a place in it to take the zone as ours. We were gathering money from stores, the usual stuff, and then at a point, a bunch of cops appeared. They were all interesting. One had pink hair. The boss lady was there, I think. I can only assume. She had a big long trench coat, white hair. They all showed up into our alley. And then, presumably the boss lady said, our body cams have to be...
Tin, in order to keep the item, I merely asked for an image.
I was told to surrender to you, so...
You have a month to figure out the item as I stated.
Figure what out? A thing that can potentially kill everyone in the hollow?
Tin Man.
You asked me if I
That
want
is
to take
my
the risk.
order!
Take the item. You have a month to figure out what it is.
Don't make this worse on yourself.
I'm just being given conflicting information, right?
You have an order. I expect you to fulfill it.
Sure.
Continue.
The police took off all of their body cams and said, from what I remember, apparently some whisperers dealt with one of their officers named Riker. It was revenge for what they did to him. And they attacked. I believe Officer Riker was there. He was missing a finger on one of his hands, so I assume it
White
was...
hair.
You're telling me
Pretty
Yes.
short.
Yes.
Ballsy
Terrible in a
Station all came down to kick your asses for revenge? That's
I'm
crazy.
They did? Yeah.
very sure. I told him to keep his mouth shut.
I guess he blabbed.
They're cops, what do you expect?
Well, if they can't follow our rules, then they
Continue.
also deserve a punishment.
There's
I
more.
can agree there. There's more. I mean, after that, they attacked us, and then we left. And then one of them in the pink hair, one of them with long pink hair, like a flower tattoo on her neck, shot at us. They killed a couple of whisperers that were with us.
They killed
Yes.
whisperers?
Shot
Yes.
dead.
Shot them to death. Asha was trying to drag one away, and sadly, he was used as a body sponge inadvertently. None of them made it out alive that I know of. I'm unsure. I believe one or two did, because I think a couple came to the hall afterwards, but I'm not sure.
We cannot allow this system to think that it is above us. There are those that are above us, and they make that pretty clear from where they stand. But cops, precincts, we need to figure out this table what we're doing and how we are retaliating.
Python's been busy, but I've had her been looking into some of the other people at that station from the information she was able to get from his phone. I don't know what else she's gotten so far, but I know she's been busy.
Not much more than that.
Precinct 1607. On a more positive note, we've had decent run-ins with some of the officers from that station. Some that are on more even terms with our hollow denizens. I also have information that precinct has been playing the role of favorite child to ISB.
Of course it has.
In which case, we need to have a conversation with them when it comes to our conversation with ISB. Make our terms clear.
What was his name again? Riker. He did say that one of them pointed him to our direction.
One of who?
From ISB. I don't remember who it was, he said. But he said someone from ISB pointed him to our direction.
He said
The top lady herself.
And
So
he also
she's
mentioned
trying to...
that Octavia wanted him dead. So I assume. Well, actually, best case scenario, if we go and kill him, is she gonna give a shit?
Are any other
She
ISB
won't.
members really cemented into there? That's the better question.
There's one. The one we all had the opportunity to see walk the hollows yesterday. He's very deeply connected to the members of that PD station. To the point where he's willing to brag about it in open fashion to anyone who would.
If that's the case, and if we do something about it, then I just suggest we don't kill someone. Because I'm sure that with how buddy they were talking, when I say they, I mean Wrench and Mr. Onimusha, I'm sure that after what happens on your order can be explained away. An eye for an eye.
Do we want to send a group of whisperers down to the station?
I've had some time to dwell about this situation. And from what I see, there are two ways we can handle this. From the sounds of it, our attention isn't the only thing that PD has attracted. I believe there is mention of a sighting of Vito on the premises. But I think there's two different ways we can handle this. We could go with your suggestion, Chase. Send a contingent of whisperers to send a message out to that precinct that they shouldn't be garnering attention. And they are the ones looking around for answers. Could be some form of Whisperer Squad. Could be members from the Hollow with you and I at the head of it. Go see exactly what this precinct thinks of us.
I have an idea.
Or, with ISB's closer connections with this precinct, we could have someone else send the message, and maybe get Little Miss Toplady from showing up at the Hollow whenever she pleases when something goes wrong.
I think it's gotta be us. Around
Invoke
the
the-
zones, around 1607, what if we, like they decided to do to us, ambush us while we're doing our work, call in for the police at a certain location? I'm sure a patrol car will show up. They'll go down an alleyway. We ambush them, take two of their goons, hold them at gunpoint, demand that their superior officer comes down, and then we can have a chat with them, with their own officers on the line.
That could work.
once we let them go, we'd be inciting a turf war. And that's
We're
already another fight we'd have to engage with.
we're inciting another turf war no matter what we do. If we attack the police station directly, or if we do this.
May I suggest having a diplomatic conversation? Like we did with the meat rack. We go in numbers. Show
That's what I'm
force.
talking about. I can't be on their turf, though.
Why not?
It needs to be on our terms. Because it's just... You don't attack the Whisperers in their own fucking home, and then us walk up and be polite and be like, "Hi, can we talk about what you did?" That's not how this works. There needs to be a show of force. Of
I
who we
believe
are.
going to their station is a show of force. It means that we're not afraid to dwell into their domain. They own
But
it
their
from
home
now on.
turf. If they're ISB's precious little child, you don't think ISB are not going to have eyes on them?
Set up another type of thing. While we do that, if that is the plan we go down to. As much as I don't want to drag in other council members, they could show some type of force somewhere else that it requires ISB
If
attention.
ISB are going to deal with us, then we need to react in kind. I'm sure someone from the Council of Nine can be there as a equivalent force to the ISB.
Oh,
We're
or that
here
works too.
on negotiations to come to an understanding, especially with, well, our already established understanding with ISB. I think it's fair.
Invoke the rage of the Whisperers and sell yourselves in their blood. Deal with the wrath of the Council. And send them one real message on who they're messing with. Is my second option. But that comes with agreement from the Council.
The problem is we lose public favor if we are openly attacking a slowly establishing police department. We'll be seen as disturbing the peace. We want
As
to be
they
seen
shoot
as
down my
the
people?
we
I
want to
can
be
give a
seen
shit
as
about
the
what people think.
defenders,
Half of
not
the
aggressors.
half of the district doesn't even like the police officers.
True.
Then why not? Why not
But-
sway the court of public opinion? If there are more cases of these unjust actions given by the police department, expose it to the public.
I agree with
Asha.
Python.
Asha, Gems, did you manage to secure any evidence of their attack? Photos, videos, anything to like?
I don't think so. You? Just the phone I gave you when we got back. One of the Whisperers who died gave it to me before he did.
When
Well,
I
I'm sure we can have our own body cams when we go visit the precinct. Have recordings.
They took them off.
I said our own body cams when we have this meeting. If they try to do anything funny in their department, we leak it to the public. They'll have a lot of explaining to do, and they'll probably lose funding with their ISB. Does it make good to give funding to a police department that is, well, openly causing conflict in a diplomatic negotiation?
So, are we agreeing on the ambush situation and pulling out their supervisor?
again, I feel like the ambush paints us in a bad light with the public opinion.
I'm not focused on the public. I'm focused on our reputation. With the current law in our city. The public can be swayed whenever. People's opinions are fickle and change all the time. The
In that
police,
case,
though. I need the police to know who we are.
let me play devil's advocate then.
Move, cow.
If we
Please,
do
buddy.
this,
Move, cow,
how
please.
we know that they won't report this to the ISB and have them breathing down your necks again.
Again,
It's very
I feel
hard to make negotiations with ISB when there's constant issues.
I
You can
feel
talk so much.
that we can explain that away, especially with us knowing that Octavia wants Riker dead, and I don't want to make the assumption, but maybe even some others a part of the group. Because if she wants him dead, then who says how? Then that really shows how much she cares for the said precinct. So I think that if we do this, we have these body cams, we have this group of people here, and we go in, and it is going to be a show of force, so they might be hostile at first, but we come in with the wanting of a talk with their supervisor, their chief, whatever it is. And if they start firing first, we have video evidence that we came on diplomatic terms and they were the ones that showed hostility. And in that, we can use this evidence.
Sure. But I would rather there be some officers that are exited from that station. That means that I can have less police officers guarding it. I can then have some whisperers possibly take some hostages. Worst case scenario, we get our asses kicked out there, or whatever group is going out there start to get their asses kicked. And then we have some leverage to cover ourselves.
I think that's a good idea. But I also again say that, you know, if you want to show that force, it can't just be a random group of hollow whisperers or whisperers. You two have to be there. And she can be there in case ISB shows up.
Right.
If she wants to.
These officers that will ambush, probably be a good idea for you to be there in case an ISB member shows up there, and I can show up at the precinct. Our efforts are split. There's a leader at each end. Octavia shows up wherever. We can talk our way out of it.
If you're worried about image, you can just do your ambush and get it over and done with, one place, like you suggested. If the image is what we're worried about. I would mainly bring it up to avoid further entrenching ourselves with problems with the ISB, considering that I have reports that is quite frequent of late.
It's unfortunately not just about our reputation to the wider public, the civilian populace.
I can't have cops shooting at my family. Sure you understand? It's my home's reputation I have to uphold as well.
Then do the ambush. But understand, there's only so much we can do to deter ISB.
I know.
All I can ask, I suppose, on my own behalf is to reduce your cross-ins with them. So that way it's not a long list.
Okay. Asha, Gems, you are free to leave. Thank you for your time. I need a left hand, Ezra. Need you to get your shit together. When I ask you a question about what I expect, what you would do, I need you to be able to answer. I know the answer is not always easy. But I need someone I can trust. Someone that I know will get shit done when I need shit done. I want to give you that opportunity, but from where I'm sitting, it doesn't seem like the right time. But just know that that's my direction and thinking at the moment. Is you're up there.
Understood.
You're free to go.
Ugh, my legs.
I saw your list. You said Jams, Jun. I know the other two.
What were the names that I said? I know Gems, June. Give me.
Alice and Mag.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about Mag. I know about Alice to a degree.
He's pretty strong-headed, but in a good way. He doesn't let it get ahead of him. I don't know if you know of the time where Sylvie had a group, her and two other people, go get her things. Mag was a part of it, and he got caught by an ISB member. But he refused to make them think that he was a part of our group, and was willing to take a fall that he didn't need to. I think he has a good head on his shoulders.
Mag is probably one of the most loyal whisperers I've seen in a long time.
Is he competent?
Out of the newest batch and some of the old whisperers, yeah.
To your standards, no. He has potential, though.
I will consider it. The whole point of the training is to make him adequate. You're free to go.
I see you're still waiting out here.
I was thinking.
About what?
What's been put upon me, both by conduit and the consequences of it. And trying to put together the pieces that my brother broke. It was his fault. And I don't know how to put the pieces together.
Maybe you just need a little help. You have other people you can rely on.
You're not wrong. And what he said to me was right. But I don't even know where to begin.
It's a good thing you have Gary.
I suppose so. You see him pull the coin out. These were fragments of conduits being I don't know how I could have brought that thing into existence.
We have a month to figure that out. And you have Python and a Tin Man to help you with that. In both circumstances of figuring out what Conduit's giving you and Wrench's wanting of you picking up these pieces, you have people at your side. Whether it's me or Python, Lee or Gary, your brother.
I don't know if I could trust my brother.
You might have to.
It's not that I think negatively of him. I don't. I trust him to be able to do what he needs to do. But I've said it before. He's so smart that it wraps around to being stupid. He doesn't trust me. Yet I unequivocally always has trusted him. even if he lied. And I don't know what to do about that.
That's just another piece of the puzzle. Right.
I suppose.
Are you two headed back to the Hollow?
Soon. I might try to bounce a few ideas off of Vench. He's the only other person that I know that could reasonably have a decent say about Magitech. Queen too, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I suppose he'd wanted an official report anyways, so it might as well be the best time for it.
Are you staying Python?
More than likely, I would prefer to return to the Hollow sooner rather than later. I need to plan my next course of action for the next 2 weeks, which includes making myself a new mask. Thankfully, I already have an idea, but it will just take some time.
Let's go. Don't stay out too long.
You know, the coolant is nice.
Yeah, sometimes it can be.
Just one thing. Thank you for being there.
Of course. Always.
Please ensure that you get back home safe.
I will.
Damn, at the same time! That wasn't scripted! Let me in.
To be a leader, discipline comes first. Then, reward.
You have a right to say no. And I'm not saying it's now. Just saying that I need somebody eventually to take it. If I died tomorrow, you would take it. Oh, there'd be no fucking choice. Unless you pass it down to somebody else. I've seen the way people look at you and talk about it. The way you hold yourself. I mean, man, I've been doing this a long time. You tend to see the differences. I know how people look at me. I know they see me as this bit of a joke sometimes. I'm just there. And I don't think they'll ever understand my history or my past, and I don't need that. It's not
I'll
why
leave
I
this right
built
here
this.
for now.
It's not what I want it to be. It's not about me. It's when you walk into a room, people don't fear you, they respect you.
Being the villain was never easy for me. It goes against everything that I originally believed. I still question exactly why you two chose me, of all people, to stand at your side, to lead or reign over the hall.
Do you resent me for that?
I don't think I could resent you for that. I could resent all the anger, strife, stress, and sorrow I have to feel when I welcome people into the hollow, watch them grow, see their decline, and say goodbye to them one final time. But I can't resent you. To ask me to stow my blade, to take up a different mantle. That is not an answer I can give, that I can provide now. But it's not one I will allow to go unanswered. What do you think of me, Wayne? You've seen me from the start of everything. Well, the start of how I became this way. And everything that I've done, lost or accomplished.
I see an individual who has risen to a challenge. You became this way out of similar reasons why I became what I did. Frustration, tired of seeing people make mistakes, be incompetent. Not because I hated their failures, but because I knew that their cost of failure is high. It's not just, like I said to Corvus, it's not just their life on the line. It's other people's. It's easy to put yourself to blame, but never easy to realize that your own actions affect others. You wanted to be that competency, that assurance that at least someone would come back alive. The chance for survival was higher. And you pushed other people to want to do this as well. Because every time they failed, it meant a loss of life. If I wasn't so hell-bent on the past and seeing everyone else as just lesser, I would have probably done the same. Rather than be a spiteful individual that was bitter due to losing those who were close, maybe I might have taken a more nurturing approach. Taught people to be more competent, trained them, gave them discipline. But I didn't do that. But you did. It's easy to be spiteful, to loathe others for their lack of action. But it's more difficult to look at them and wonder, could I perhaps change them? Maybe my efforts towards them won't go to waste. Maybe my time invested will pay off in dividends. The knowledge you have gained from being a, as you would call it, villain, that's giving you insight into what needs to be done to make sure order is maintained, to make sure that, well, the Hollow Whisperers are as well equipped as they can possibly be. The price of failure is felt, not just witnessed through eyes, through funeral rites, it is felt. And as much as people wish it wasn't, pain is a good teacher. We don't like to hurt. No human does. And as traumatic and fucked up as it is, sometimes people just need a little push. But Chase is right. If Chase were to die, you would probably have to take up his seat. Obviously it's your own choice, but imagine you'll come up to the same conclusion that both myself and every other Council 9 member came up to. There is no one better. And when you become leader of the Whisperers, if you will need someone who can fill your shoes, who can be disciplined. As fucked up as this also sounds, the leader cannot be the one who is an icon of hatred. That happened back many years ago with Toku, with Odeli. People revolt against the tyrannical leader, but if it's just someone who is left or right hand, a scapegoat. Easy to replace. They acted out on their own. easy way to make an excuse that they did not follow the leader's vision to the exact T. Obviously, this is personal insight and not to be shared with everyone else, because the moment that illusion is broken, people will do what they want.
I'm surprised you, I assume you always knew that. Why I'm surprised that you don't resent me. You are my scapegoat. You are my villain. The nasty world we live in.
It is sadly the human condition.
For all the positions or roles that I've been part of, or I've seen people grow or become accustomed to, I was the only one to make a choice for it. I accepted it wholeheartedly. It wasn't an order given from the top, nor had someone died and left the spot vacant for anyone to claim. I was asked a question on whether I'd like to wear my mask, don my hood, and stand at your side. And I said yes. That is why I don't resent you.
Oh, how I miss the golden era.
You miss it?
Of course. Not a day doesn't go by that I close my eyes and pretend that we're just back in my train.
Yeah.
Is there
Miss it
anything
too.
else we need to discuss?
If the opposite were to happen, if I were to die instead of you, would you be able to ask the same question to someone else right now?
Well, considering that he suggested that Ezra be the new left hand that was under consideration, I imagine they would.
Would you?
No. And that is why we need to live. Because if we die, I fear that the Whisperers die with us.
So you've reached the same conclusion.
Yeah. And I need to know before they end this meeting if this Sylvie Voss person is an issue or is a hazard to my home. Unsanctioned deep dive, this conduit business. You
Her
are more
roles
privy.
down Her role is to act as messenger to this conduit. And if the items in question came from him, are the things that are causing us trouble, then I very much expect an answer from Conduit himself. Whatever form that may come. And I'll be sure to respond in kind.
And the same to you. You have a month alongside the others. I need information. I need to know where this Voss stands, and I need to know more about Conduit.
A
Have a
month
pleasant evening.
after I've dealt with ISB's curiosity.
Sure.
Good night, Chase.
Good night. Thank you for coming, Queen. It's always great to see you.
I wonder if the others think the same.
Say hello to the, Damn, I can't even say that. Maybe one day I can be like, say hi to the wife and kids.
Yeah. I still don't really know how to think of it, but live and learn.
Find your card, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Wrench. I'm gonna go have a chat with Callahan. So, have a good night.
If you're going to be privy to what those three had, then it'll likely be decent for you to be privy to everything else. You're aware of what I already have in my possession.
You mean the artifact?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm privy to it.
I've used it.
You've used it. In that.
Not only mine.
Well, as long as you know what you're doing, it's not going to implode on you, then it's fine.
Cowboy as well. His is more of my personal creation. Put it one way.
What do you want, Ace?
I wish to give a more formal report on the entity encountered yesterday. And or would you like that later?
I'll keep it short with that thing, quickly. That thing, I don't think anyone in the Hollow would take that thing on. Hell, I'd wager you would struggle against that thing.
Well, for starters, I don't even know what it is. And if a certain individual was there to fight it, I don't think I can really compare.
I was gone for longer than I wanted to
From
be.
what we were told, that thing was in the mindscape of Conduit.
One of the entities that infect Conduit's mind. The
Yes.
former man turned power source.
Yes.
For one of the generators that power the district.
Yes. I do not think it would have conjured itself
Okay.
into reality like
I'm gonna go ahead on my stream then,
it did.
because I just wanted to get that last part of their talk that we were having with Chase. So with that being said, to the ones that came by and watched, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And to the ones that are watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching. You could be doing something else, but you're here instead. So thank you. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, because I know I did. And I'll see you all in the next one.